All right, the third way that we are going to learn to manipulate strings is actually pretty simple. So right now we saw two things that we can do with strings. Finally, finding the first thing is actually looking for the length of our strings. And the second way will actually be finding the index of a certain word inside of a string or a sentence. So now what exactly I want to do is actually pretty simple. We're going to check out another method, and this time it's called slice. So what exactly slice does? Slice will simply cut a string from a certain value to another value. So let's do something pretty simple. Once again, let's create another variable, and this time it's going to be called str number 3. And let's do something pretty simple. So let's store various words inside of it. So we'll have bus, car, plane, and finally boat. So we have 4 words that is pretty simple. And what exactly we want to do now, we actually want to slice this sentence right here, or actually those words, from the number 0, which is the letter B, to the number 3, which is the comma right there. In other words, we are going to simply select the word bus by using the slice method. So let's see how it works. So first thing, we're going to create another variable. So this variable will be try number 3, since it's the third try. And right now we're simply going to write down str3. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to call our variable string3. So we want to work with variable str3. And now we want to slice it. So from where to where? So we want to slice it from the value 0, which is here, to the value number 3, which is the comma. So we have value 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. until the end. So if we slice it from the value 0 to the value 3, at the end, we are going to have bus as an output. If we slice it from the value 4 to the value 5, 6, 7, to the value 8, we're going to have car as an output, because once again, it takes in consideration the first number, but not the last. So in this, so here, for example, B is value 0, U is value 1, S is value 2, and the comma is value 3. But if we run it, so let's just run everything, .log, and we want to run try 3. So let's just delete this line of code because we don't want to run it anymore. Here we go. And as you can see here, we're going to have bus as an output. So as you can see, until now, it's all pretty simple. So we have bus as an output. If, for example, instead of 0 to 3, we write down 4 to 8, and we decide to run it again. So as you can see, we have car as an output, since the value number 4 is actually right here. So we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's gonna be the first value, it's gonna be here, and C will be 5, A will be 6, R will be 7, and the comma will be 8. So as you can see, until now it's pretty simple to understand. If we write down some random values, I don't know, let's say from 0 to 12, and we decide to run it. So as you can see, we're going to have bus, comma, car, comma, PL, because it's going to cut right here. So this is the slice method. What it does is actually slicing a string. Now the last method that we are going to see is actually the replace method. What it does, it can replace a part of a string by something else. So let's create another variable. In this case, it's gonna be variable number 4, so str4. And in this case, what we want to do is pretty simple. We'll just write down a sentence. So let's write down, I don't know, let's write down, please come to my place. So please come to my place. All right, something pretty simple. Great. Right now, what exactly we want to do? Let's say we want to replace a word right here. So instead of place, let's replace place by home. So how exactly can we do this? So we can do it manually, but we can do it also with the use of a method. So in this case, we're just going to create another variable that will be try4, since it's our fourth method that we saw today. And we're going to use the replace method. So the first thing that we want to do is actually call our variable str4. And we want to replace. And what exactly we want to replace? So the first element inside of our replace method is actually the part of the string that we want to replace. So in this case, in the string str4, we want to replace place. So let's write it inside of those. So we want to replace place, and by what exactly we want to replace the word place? We want to replace it by the word home. So right now we have replaced the word place by the word home. So if we decide to run str4, so just str4, you will see that we are going to have please come to my place. So here we go. If we run it, as you can see, the sentence, well, the variable str4 is please come to my place. But now, if we decide to run the variable, well, if we decide to run try number 4, which is the variable str4 with the word place replaced by the word home, let's see what it looks like. So try 4. And as you can see here, we have please come to my home. So the first thing is please come to my place. So this is the variable str4, which is right here, and it makes a lot of sense. And when we have modified place by home, we have please come to my home as an output for the variable try number 4. So those are the 4 methods that we are going to talk about for string manipulation. So there are plenty of different methods that you guys can work with when you work with JavaScript. Those are just a few beginners examples. In my opinion, those are pretty much the most important, but you have a lot of different ones depending on what exactly you want to do. But you have dozens and dozens of different methods about string manipulations inside of JavaScript. So I hope you guys right now will be able to play with all this, so just to practice. And if you want to check out some other methods, I highly suggest you guys to check it out, just to be able to be a little bit more, well, to practice a little bit more methods and to understand this topic a little bit more. But besides of that, in my opinion, you can just play with the methods that we saw. And as you can see, it's pretty interesting what you can do with various strings. So that's it for this class, guys, and see you all in our next class.